I like the Reds. It's the post-match Pint after Liverpool beat Red Star Belgrade 4-0. Should have been 5, should have been 6, should have been 7. We missed penalties, we missed chances, we fucked that final ball up again. But all the fun 3-score goals, Liverpool at the top of the group, everyone's happy. I've got Ian Ryan and I've been practicing this, come on.
Go on lad, big moment.
Ragenhild, Ansnes.
Yes, you got it, you got it, yes.
Yes! Get in and more made up about that than the Reds.
But I have to arrest you on one thing though. We're not top of the group.
We are?
We're second.
No,
we're second.
No, we're
top of the group now.
Liverpool 7, us 6.
Do you want me to show you?
All right then. Show us.
Good content this lad.
First time she's ever come on and she's contradicted me.
Okay, fair enough.
6 points, what? Napoli 5,
okay.
PSG 4.
I give in.
So we're happy with that?
We are happy. It's probably the first time I've gone to a Champions League game where I'm not nervous. It was so relaxing.
It was nice, wasn't it?
To just sit there, chill, take it all in, know that we would win, and just do it.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, the team you went for was strong. The team you went for was, you know, the front three, Fabinho in midfield, the usual starters at the back. And lots of people were talking about, you know, Moreno could start and blah blah could start and they're a poor side and everyone was going on about the 66-1 for them to win. But Klopp's obviously decided, no, I'm pretty much putting my strongest team out there and I want them to find their way back.
Kicks off time, wasn't it, when you saw the team?
Well,
I loved it, you know, honest to God, I love that team. I mean,
is that what happened there?
And that's what happened there,
On his knees going,
it's supposed to be there, you know what I mean? That's what the kids are wearing, apparently.
For that.
But yeah, so we've got all kinds, we've got drinks going back and everything. Yeah, that's interesting. So I think team-wise, it was, it's what you wanted, and I think you could make a case for saying, at the minute, that could well be Liverpool's strongest team. I know people might say Naby Keita at some point could come in and make it even stronger potentially if he hits the kind of heights that we expect him to hit. But that team tonight, for me, it's one to get you off your seat. I think you struggle to find a weakness there because I know a lot's been made of the midfield recently in terms of creativity. Well, putting Shaqiri in that team tonight, it added loads because the one thing you notice when he's playing, he never stands still, Robbo. No. He's buzzing round like a little fucking wasp, all the time, loads of energy, taking up really cute, clever positions. They struggle to handle him, they really struggle to handle him. I mean, it has to be said, you know, great win, 4-0. They're not the greatest team in the world. No, it has to be said, but it did look like we got a bit of our mojo back tonight, and it's good to see some goals again.
Absolutely, and 2 for Salah as well. Lots of talk about, you know, his play lately and whether he's as good as last season and all the rest of it. But a landmark tonight, and he's got 50 for the Reds now. There's a couple of other situations where he turns the wrong way or he's swinging at mid-air or whatever. But nevertheless, 2 goals got to be good for his confidence.
I think I just think he needs to keep scoring, and if we wind back to last year, he didn't score that many in the beginning anyway.
No,
he needed a little bit of warm-up time to get going, and just watch Salah after Christmas. He's just going to be unstoppable, and everybody's just going on about he's never ever going to be as good as he was last year. Why not?
Why not? Exactly why not? And I'm perfectly happy with him. I was thinking about it when I was watching him today, and I was thinking it might almost be a thing now that he's being over-analysed because of what he did last season. There's that much focus on him, and we must be doing it as well. Your eyes drawn to him. You're like, oh, here he goes, he's going to score, he's going to put it in the back of the net. He did that tonight, but I think every little mistake he makes, you're like, oh, that wasn't like last season, and it's like a little cognitive bias almost.
Yeah, because he did loads of mistakes at the beginning of the last season. And just to remember that he's always a constant threat when he's up there. You know, he makes the other team do mistakes because they're just scared of him. They know his quality, and okay, he's missing a few, but he's still scaring them all, really, just by his presence and just by working so hard and not giving up, even though that immense pressure is on him, and even though he is missing a few obvious goals, he just cracks on with it. It's so good, you know. Ian Rush said to me once, you know, these days young players are terrified of trying to score because they get filmed from the under 19 teams, the under 23s. Always analysed, and they're terrified of making mistakes because everybody will see them. And Ian Rush says that the best quality strikers will be those who will make 5 mistakes and then score on the 6th, and nobody will remember those 5 mistakes. At least you're trying instead of just being paralysed under pressure.
That's what the best strikers always say, isn't it? I mean, you know, you're name dropping Ian Rush, I'm going to name drop Roger Hunt. When I interviewed Roger...
Yeah, well, he's right behind you there, so...
There he is.
Yeah,
there he is.
He's watching over you, don't worry.
But he's a lovely fella as well. And he said the same. He said, you know, Shankly always used to say to him, it's about getting in the positions, it's about, you know, being in the right place at the right time. And yeah, okay, you can miss a few, but if that doesn't get to you, and it doesn't really seem to get to him out, I think that was the thing last season. He did miss loads last season.
Yeah, he missed a few early on, didn't he? But I think it's cliche, isn't it? But strikers always say, if you're not getting the chances, that's when you start to panic.
Yeah.
And I think we've got to reference it. 50 goals in 65 games is outrageous.
Yeah.
It's nothing short of genius. And I remember, you know, not even that long ago, you're talking about someone like Fernando Torres who gets 50 in 84, and you're amazed at that. You're thinking 50 in 84. It felt like he was banging him in every single week, and Mo's got him beat that by nearly 20 games. I mean, that's outrageous. So, no, we're in the kind of presence of genius, really, when you're talking about goal scoring like that. And yes, it's not really clicked for him this season. Even against Huddersfield, I thought he gets the winning goal, takes it really well, but he's a bit loose with his passing. Yeah. He's maybe holding on to it a bit too much. He's trying things that aren't quite coming off, but he is at least trying things. I thought tonight there were still instances like that where maybe not everything came off, but there was more flashes. There was more flashes of the old Mo from last season, and I think you can't underestimate what confidence does to footballers, especially goal scorers. And to go and get 2 tonight, one's a pen, but he takes it well, puts it right down the middle, does what you should do in that situation. Nice loads of power, nice and high, gives to keep no chance, and that for me is going to stand in really good stead going into Saturday now, because you think the confidence is going to be kind of rising. Bobby Firmino gets a goal as well, Mane scores, so you know, he misses the pen, but he gets off the mark, lovely 4th goal. Loads and loads of positives, but I have to say, Fabinho tonight, I thought he was outstanding. Honest to God, really good. I mean, he tackled his fucking nan if he had to. You know what I mean? He's got no like issue at all with putting a foot in, which I love. I know you love it.
Loved it as
you
well,
know,
yeah.
You think back to when we had someone like Mascherano, different types of player. They look different aesthetically, but lads who aren't afraid to put the foot in, win the ball.
He wasn't just about that.
No,
played some nice passes.
He's like this cogwheel in there.
The thing that struck me about him, he's progressive with his passing. Exactly. So his first thought is, and I don't agree with sometimes that the stick that Henderson gets, but there is a little bit of sideways passing to his game sometimes, understandably so at times, it has to be that way, but what was noticeable tonight, Fabinho's first thought was, go forward, drive forward, he can carry the ball as well, so he gets you up the pitch sometimes, 10, 20, 30 yards.
Not sure about the boots.
The boots,
no.
But you look at them sometimes and you're thinking, there's no chance of a tackle. Next minute, these big fucking go-go gadget legs come out of nowhere and he's winning the ball. So he looked like something we've missed for a long time, and it was great to see him give a performance like that.
However, I do think it took a little bit of time getting there. I think he was quite anonymous the first half of the first half.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so I was watching him specifically, thinking, what can this man do for us? It's exciting that he's playing from start. But he really took some time to warm up. But then when he got going and got up that confidence, he probably realised, hey, I'm in for this, I can do this.
I thought they all did to some extent. I thought it was a fairly subdued 15-20 minutes from the Reds. I don't think we really got, I mean, just now when he got no fucking away fans, does it? But
well, some of them sneaked in.
Yeah, they did. But so I think first 15-20, it was slow, it was subdued, and I didn't think we were at the races, but we worked our way into the game, and then, as you said there, for the last kind of hour or so, we totally dominated the football match.
Firmino, we've got to go back to him because he has performed better in the Champions League from, I think it's the start of last season to now, in terms of output, goals and assists than anyone else, I think I'm right to say it. Also as well, he's now surpassed Dirk Kuyt and Terry McDermott in terms of European goals for Liverpool, which is quite the achievement as well. He took that first goal really well, and he looked a lot closer to what we know he can do tonight as well, I thought.
Absolutely. I mean, he's played every single European game under Klopp, and he's the only one. So it just says a lot about how much Klopp trusts him in European nights like this. And very well so, because he is putting up his game, and he's got some amazing passes in there as well. He is reading the game well, and it's like he's putting on that extra sort of little tweak on these European nights, and works extra for the glory. I don't know, but he definitely is a good man for these special nights at Anfield and away, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything else that's stood out for you tonight? Anything else you want to talk about? I've got to mention briefly that I went for the first time in my life up at here of the new, it's not even new anymore, has it been there for ages, but the main stand. I'm normally in the cock, there was a bit of a cock up with tickets. I ended up in the upper tier of the main stand, nearly at the back. Absolute vertigo for one. But also as well, what's everyone doing up there? No one sings, no one shouts, everyone's just there like...
And a blackout, didn't he, before the game as well?
Well, yeah, all the bars were shut, there was only one bar open, but also like they all just went like 82, 83 minutes, they were all like, thank you. Later, all filed out, like, where you all going?
It's not what you want to do.
That's strange.
It's not what you want.
You going to pictures? What's happening? But go on anyway, that's just me moaning.
I thought Andy Robbo was great.
Yeah.
I thought he was great. I loved his performance. I mean, you run out of things to say now with Andy Robbo because that seems to be his standard level. Every week he delivers 8, 9 out of 10 performances, but I thought again tonight he absolutely worked tirelessly. He deserved a standing ovation, and he felt like, you mentioned at the beginning of the show, was there an opportunity to maybe bring Moreno in and give him a rest? Possibly, I didn't want to see it, to be honest with you. Maybe that's more about Moreno than Andy Robbo, I don't know, but I was pleased he played, and it was probably right to give him the last kind of 10-15 off, but another outstanding performance. I thought Gini Wijnaldum, I mean, again,
he started well.
You're running out of things
but
to say.
You know, we just said a minute ago, like, the team didn't start well, if you like. It was a bit slow, a bit pedestrian. You wanted them to blow them away dead early, and he didn't. He started really well. There's a few little stray passes, I thought, where he was having to recover them from not where he wanted it, and he's just turning people with ease, using the ball really well. I mean, I know some people hate this phrase, I'm not quite sure why, but he is he's looking like a Rolls Royce of a player now.
Well, I think you're right to reference the turns, and he's kind of always done that for me. He's always had the ability to hold players off, twist and turn, take the ball in tight situations. But the way he senses danger now is something that maybe I've not seen from him in the past to this extent. But also the leadership qualities. Now Gomez gives the ball away on about 30-35 minutes, really poor pass. I think he puts Fabinho in trouble. And straight away, Wijnaldum's on him. And I've never really seen that from him either. You know, the vocal, kind of being really vocal on the side, telling players what to do, telling people where to put the ball. I've not really seen much of that. But as you've seen his levels of performance kind of rise and rise, I think the confidence is growing him as well. And now he's taking a real kind of authoritative figure on the pitch. And I thought again tonight he was outstanding. It culminates in his kind of pass in the fourth goal, where he reads the play really well, nips in front, gives the ball to Sturridge, who I thought was going to shoot, but lays off a really nice ball for Mane, which ends on the back of the net. So, Gini, Robbo, you'd have to say, I thought, again, centre-back pairing, I mean, they weren't really trouble, were they? But they absolutely used class. I mean, Alisson had absolutely nothing to do, by the way. But it all bodes well, and you feel like the Reds needed a game like that before another important league game on Saturday, so we go again.
But I have to say, talking about Gomez, I'm impressed with him too. I think, you know, he's quite fast. You know, you sometimes forget his speed and his strength. And he's just putting in so much strength and power in the defense, and he's like ruthless and very precise in his tackling. I just think Gomez is just growing from game to game at the moment.
Next to him as well, Van Dijk was the captain tonight.
Yeah. And that just pleases my heart, because I've been saying this for a long time. Klopp, come on, you got to put on him, because he is.
Can you write a book about captains?
Yeah, well, I need to add him in. Well, now the pocket. I know. And actually, the paperback is coming out on my Liverpool captains these days. So there you go. I should have added.
Look out for that. I've also done Bruce Grobbelaar's book as well.
Yeah,
look out for that.
Even though I don't know, you know, the table figures. I'm a bit of an idiot on that, apparently. So that I'll hear that forever, ever after. But another thing from this game that I love, this is the game for the lovely fancy heel kicks. How many fancy heel kicks did we get tonight?
There was a lot of that, wasn't it?
It was just like that fun, sort of playful. There was so much space.
I like that though. I like when Liverpool just go, look, we're so much better than you. Let's have a bit of swagger.
Space. Yeah, let's just have fun.
Let's get back to swagger, because maybe that's what's been a little bit lacking in this weird run we've had. You know, the weird run where you've got people that are massively arguing with each other because they're going, yeah, but we're not playing well even though we've got these points. Tonight, okay, opposition, blah, blah, blah. But nice to see what, you know, the little flicks and the tricks and the party pieces coming out, because that's what Liverpool at the best have been about on the club, isn't it?
And it's one of them, when when it's 4-0, it's easy to do those kind of things. So it doesn't matter if they don't come off. And I think you've seen lads try it in recent weeks, and when it doesn't come off and the pressure grows a little bit, they maybe one or two shy away from doing the natural thing. And some of them, you know, that is their natural thing sometimes, you know, trying little flicks like that. There was a move in the first half where, you know, maybe Firmino could have handled it differently, but he tries this little flick, and if it comes off, by the way, it definitely is kicks off time, because it was unreal. The move was sensational, but someone intercepts it. But yeah, I mean, you can't underestimate like kind of just how important it was tonight to kind of play well, get a few goals, look like their old selves again. Because if it had ended kind of, you know, a 1-0 or even a, you know, they've scraped a 2-0 but played really, really poorly, you go into the next game and thinking, when's it going to click? And everyone keeps saying, when's it going to click? And you have to take the opposition into account, of course you do. But tonight, as I said before, there was loads of signs of getting back to their old selves again. And let's be honest, we're so strong at the back now. And I have to say, people have mentioned about, you know, is Lovren, you know, first choice, would you have him? For me, tonight, that's the first choice back four. That's the back four that I want to see most of the time. I think there's got to be opportunities for Lovren, because you're going to have to, you know, rotate and give other people a chance. I get that. But if it was a cup final for tomorrow, for instance, that's the back four I want to see.
It's not go on.
I just have to say it's lovely to get Trent back on the team.
Yeah.
So I felt so sorry for him when he was left down on his 20th birthday against City, poor thing. And he's such a lovely, lovely, lovely guy. I just met him in here last week actually, because he's going to pay for all these poor and unprivileged people to have Christmas here in Hotel Tia, and he's going to buy every single person a present, and he's paying for all the food, and we're going to make sure that all these people who can't afford to have Christmas or are totally on their own, and an hour for others will go and select these people, and just to meet this guy and see how grounded he is. He's just amazing.
He's
and
great.
What a role model. And I just want him to play in that team every single week, because he's such an amazing role model. He's a local lad, he's got his feet on the ground, he's got such amazing values, he's a family type of man. He's just, yeah, he just ticks all the boxes for me, and what I'm thinking a good Liverpool player should be all about.
Absolutely, and well in Hotel Tia as well, where we are filming tonight, and we do always film after the home games. Come in and have a pint before and after. It's a great venue. We love it. We're made up that they let us film in here as well. The Reds have won tonight, scored loads of goals, didn't concede any, top of the group. Cardiff next, Warnock, he's a knobhead, isn't he? That's been the post-match pint.